Hi there. Welcome to our video today to talk about MS Teams integration with Cherwell. We're going to look at it from three different aspects. We're going to look at it from using the Microsoft Azure Chatbot framework. We're going to look at it using a direct MS Teams integration with Cherwell. And we're also going to look at it utilizing our digital employee platform SKAEL. So to start with, we've got the Teams window open. We're going to interface with our chatbot. We've called it Christine, as you can see there. And this particular chatbot's been set up so it can work across multiple different business units or objects within Cherwell. We've got IT, facilities, and HR really playing to all of those kind of key ESM rather use cases. Let's go in and have a look, and I'll talk you through the process. So we're going to select IT here to take us to the IT use cases. And then immediately Christine comes back with some options. I can type these in as text, or I can select on the buttons. We typically use buttons in the chatbot framework to help guide the activity so people know what's available to them. And in this case, we're going to say, well, you know what, I've got an issue, I've got a problem to work through with IT, and it's asking me what's wrong. So I'm going to say email is wrong. It says a few words. I've used one today. What it's going to do to start with is it's going to do a few things. It's going to search through the available knowledge articles, which you can see here, and it's returned a collection of hero cards for me to cycle through and look at that knowledge. I could like the article. If I read more, it's going to take me to the portal and direct me to the article itself, or I could dislike the article. You can add additional functions in here that you might want to make. You might have, like the article and create a ticket from it, or well, whatever your users actually like, or whatever your key processes are going to look for in that space. And then it says, well, was any of this useful? And I can say yes. It'll take me back to the beginning. I'd say no, create a ticket. I can ask it to search again if I feel like there was an issue with the search, or I can chat to an agent. That's a handoff to agent. We'll go through that one in a minute. But to start with, I'm going to create a ticket. So first things first, it's going to ask me it's going to confirm which office I'm in. So it's automatically understanding my customer contact details inside of Cherwell and knows my site is set to the Gold Coast office. So I'm going to say, yes, that is my site. And what information should I include in the ticket? I'm going to say, email is not sending from Outlook. It's going to go away and log that ticket. It's giving me a ticket number. It's going to ask me whether I want to attach a file. In this case, I'm going to say no. So straight away, I've been able to log a ticket. I'm in the system, and it's now put me back to the beginning of the chatbot flow, saying, what can we do? That's just the image that we've put there, by the way. You can change the images, not have an image. It depends on how you want to interface with your chatbot. In this particular example, what we're going to go and do is check the status of outstanding tickets. So we can see we've got a multitude of tickets open here that are assigned to me. In fact, there's quite a lot. So in that respect, I can actually add comments. I can close. I can ask more details, which sends me to the portal to look at the ticket. Or I could always start again as well. But in this case, I'm going to add comments. Gives me back an arbitrary number in terms of the seconds it's waiting. That can be configured also. I'm going to say, please update ticket with this important info. And that's going to go straight as a customer comment in the journal against the ticket. Again, it's going to throw me back out to the beginning of the conversation again once that activity is completed. That's generally interfacing with incident, and it can be interfacing with any major object really right across the board. It depends how it's configured as a part of implementation. In this particular use case, we saw logging a ticket. We saw it understanding who I am and looking at my details inside of Cherwell. It saw me searching the knowledge base. What you didn't see or I didn't call out was it actually searches open major incidents as well as a part of when I'm searching to create a ticket. There weren't any, so it didn't provide any responses. And then you saw the ability to be able to add comments or potentially close tickets. So that's the Microsoft Azure Bot framework capability. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flick over to our direct integration to be able to chat with other people using MS Teams initiated from Cherwell or in the service desk setting. So I'll just flick over my windows here. Excellent. Okay, so this is the standard Cherwell dashboard. As you can see, I'm logged in as a user. What you'll see here is there's an additional element here, which is new chat. So we've just added a window. And what this is the use case of a customer requesting a chat through the portal. So you're opening up an additional channel, which is MS Teams, to be able to work with your customer base. So they can go to the portal, and I've got a sample portal here to demonstrate. They can go to the portal. I'll just refresh that because I've been booted out, and request a chat. Obviously, this is an old out-of-the-box portal, which is not great, but we've just added a request a chat button. I can go in, request a new chat, say, this is testing the click-to-chat functionality. Okay, so that's me as a customer requesting a chat. Now, as an analyst, I can go in and actually look at the chats that have been requested. I'll just do a quick refresh of my client. Oh, and I've been booted out. That's always great. Right now that we're logged back in, we can see we've got new chats here appearing in the dashboard. I can go in and have a look at all the chat requests. So if I'm an analyst supporting the chat channel, I can go and see who's asked for a chat, and I can jump into that ticket. So what we've done here is we've created effectively a shell incident ticket, and then you can go in and initiate the chat. We'll just add a classification in here, just very quickly. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Let's just go. Add that one in there. Great. Put a priority in. I'm going to assign it to myself. Right, and now I can actually go in and initiate the chat. So we've now got this tab available called MS Teams Chat, and I can actually request a chat with the customer and the current user, which is me. So I'm going to create a chat. What that does is it initiates a deep web link, kicks off my MS Teams window, which you can then see here. And then I can go on, hit enter, and I've started that chat. Now, what we've done is we've created a three-way chat between Cherwell, the customer, and the user. So I've now got that. The user will give a quick response, or the customer will give a quick response. I can interact with that. I'll just validate it. That would happen on an automation process, and it would validate the chat happening in the background. You don't actually have to click that button, but you can start to see the chat log. We've got an activity indicator at the top there. I can actually I can interact with some non-cyclical terms in here. I can interact with the chat, post things directly to the chat. If I just jump back into my chat window, as you can see here, Cherwell Chat's made that. I can go there. That's great. I can even add additional people. So this concept of swarming, right? I'm just going to add Dimitri in here, and I'm going to add him in there as well. So that means now you've got multiple people working in the chat, and all of that history is going to end up being caught into the journal log of that particular site. So you can see Dimitri can see the ticket. He's straight in there and talking about it. And then what would happen is if I resolve this ticket now, say we've gone through and resolved it, I could go through the whole status here and resolve it. There's another workflow that's kicked off in the background on this ticket because of the taxonomy, but I can resolve it, and it would automatically commit this chat to history and to the journal, right? Or what I can say is actually the chat's finished for the purposes of the moment. I can end the chat here. All right, we've closed the chat session. That chat is no longer available, so I could start a new chat if I wanted to, or I can have a look in the journal and I can see the history of the chat sitting in the journal of a different journal type. Okay. Now, from a user's perspective, or sorry, from a customer's perspective, they can request a chat in multiple different ways. They can request a chat from the portal, right? So in here, I can request a chat. We showed that. Or I could request a chat directly from my chat bot. So if I go back to my window with Christine here and say I've got an IT issue, So I've got an issue. You could expedite these menus if you wanted to, based on the typical flow that you wanted people to work with. I'm going to say I've got an issue, which is very descriptive. I'm going to say, no, actually, I want to chat to an agent. What that's done is it's created one of those chat requests in the system, or at least it's about to do so. 102.626 is created that. So I can actually, and because it knows who I am, I'm logged in as a customer here. I'm logged in as a customer talking to Christine. If I go to request a chat and view my requested chats, I can actually see that chat here, right? That's the ticket there. Oh no, it isn't. Sorry, 242. That's the ticket there, but underneath. Right, so you can see there's multiple different ways of request a chat. You can actually go in and initiate chat with MS Teams, utilizing Cherwell, capturing all the history, which is really important. Now, the final way of interfacing with chat that I want to show you today is using our new digital employee platform called SKAEL. Now, SKAEL is a hyper automation platform, and where it really stands apart is its ability to create and to build natural language understanding with some really simple ways of interfacing with the platform. I'm not going to go into a full-blown demo, but what I'm going to show you here today is just some examples of how you're creating utterances and responses. What we've done is we've actually created a password reset use case, and what happens is the digital employee interfaces through Teams, and I'll show you how it does that in a minute. It works with Cherwell to validate information. It gets a one-time code, sends it to the customer's mobile, and the customer's details out of Cherwell. And it then goes and interfaces with Azure, resets their Azure password, provides them with a temporary password without the user having to go and use the portal, which is effectively what we really want, is enabling that really rich interface um, through Teams. So I might just get rid of my background window here, just so it makes it a bit easy to understand. And I'm going to look at my. We've called a password reset as the digital employee, but you could name it whatever, and you could give it multiple different functions as a DE. I'm just going to say hi. Now, all I'm going to demonstrate to you is the natural language understanding. And whilst there's only a couple of key steps in this process, we can actually see that she can understand a lot more than just the simple stuff. So I've typed in hi, but you would have noticed before, and I'll just redisplay that, the utterances that we prepared password reset for was being locked out, cannot log in, cannot reset or reset password. You can see straight away it generates a whole bunch of different possibilities from those results based on different spelling or different bits of information. But I'm going to actually write something in here that is completely separate. So I'm going to write damn password because I'm particularly annoyed, right? None of that's been programmed. But with SKAEL's ability to understand natural language and train, it knows that I want to reset my password because it's asking for my email address to be able to do that. So I'm going to So within the Cherwell instance, my phone number is the phone number here that is associated with this test user. I don't want to reset my own login in AD at the moment. So it's gone. It's going to have a look at Cherwell. It's validated my phone number from the email address, and it's sent me a one-time code. I've actually just received that on my phone, and the code is 800145. And now it's going to go away and communicate with Microsoft Azure and reset the password. And it's provided a temporary password to me there. I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to get rid of that screen. And we're going to jump into a quick incognito window and log into Microsoft 365 as the test user. Okay, put that password in. That looked a lot longer than what I was expecting. Let me just double check that. If I can copy and paste it correctly, things go a lot easier. Oh, okay. Apparently that doesn't like that. So let's do that again. Copy. It's not pasting that, or it's not copying it properly. Let's type it in manually. All else fails, go manual. Okay, so we've got XE5J44WC. That looks like the right length, doesn't it? One more time. Oh, it's not a J, it's actually a curly bracket. That's going to make it not work. There we go. All right, let's try that again. So now I can see that it's temporary and it's asking me to reset it properly. I'm not going to go and do that through for the video because that was quite painful as it was to see me get the password wrong 3 times, but you get the idea. So the point there is with SKAEL and creating a digital employee, you're interacting inside of Teams, not in any other platform. It can interface with Cherwell and a whole bunch of other systems as well, and you can create simple and easy data flows and natural language understanding, utterances, and conversations with drag and drop interface. And that's going to take you to a whole new level of power in your ability to work with virtual assistants and responding to your customer base. And that's all I've got to show you today. I hope you enjoyed the video.